already wants to go lethality to win the lane. And with Heimerdinger here, it's actually going to be really hard for Casio to navigate the team fights in the 5v5. However, her biggest stack up the E passive, no dashes on anyone.
And you can see he hit level 6. He wanted to kill that minion to get it, but now in the bottom lane, it's EG making the dive. First blood, and they get the money on FBI. Realm Warp shows up to bring in JoJo for backup. They're not done yet. They want to get both here, and Luger's shot to pieces. Double kill for FBI.
I think the best thing you can do here is try to create a scenario where you're either creating a monster of a snake, so you go mid and get a huge Cassiopeia with this Rift Herald, you find a play mid, or Jax. Alternatively, if you can't do anything there, hopefully you can get priority on mid lane, and then try and get some of that gold back into the Sivir with the Herald. So you actually go to your weakest lane and try to help him get back into the game.
Oh, they're looking for a potential dive here, though. Dokla does have his E available, but he uses it now. So this could actually be really dangerous. He's not going to have that Counter-Strike available, and they are going to start up the dive.
JoJo comes in, dropping the Rune Prison, trying to get him low enough. Dokla wants to outplay it, but there's just no way, man. JoJo gets the money.
Change back, he's going to lose that 1v1. That way, it's much easier for Palafox to
Vulcan's
dodge.
behind him. He's in trouble.
He's looking doomed here.
Well, he does sidestep the grenade, but you can't sidestep Rune Prison. Damage doesn't come out super fast, but it will come out fast enough for the money.
Yeah, Contracts just waited very, very long, and then he was moving towards mid lane to drop it, and he ran into the Elise. And basically, the Elise kept him in combat there.
The game that's summoned, and they're going to use it to knock down the mid lane tier 1.
And I just love how EG are moving in, and they're taking control of the enemy jungle here, getting wards, setting up turrets, having Inspired and JoJo and Vulcan playing.
Melee range of the Sejuani, even if he gets caught in a room like a glacial prison, it doesn't matter. Because Sivir doesn't do enough damage before the CCN Archangels. However, Elise, most would argue, does not scale well. That said, against Jax, he doesn't have actually any tools.
In their bot side jungle, there's way more EG wards down there.
A lot of TPs coming out.
CLG trying to make the move here. However, EG may be able to respond. Vulcan gets caught out. A lot of damage to burst him down, but it's not quite there in time. And they have to trade Dokla away for it. Someday gets back over the wall. Contracts wants to chase him, but Sejuani alone will not have the damage. They bring over Palafox to get it done. But now they're both stuck on the wrong side of the enemy line. Contracts tries to keep on running and running and running and running, but he won't run nowhere. JoJo goes on a killing spree, and Palafox tries to slither away. The arrow flies, but it won't hit the target. Palafox just looking for an execute at this point if he can get it. One more turret shot, he'll get the execution. I mean, possibly try to fight for this Drake. They're just too far behind to take a fight in open ground. It's not the soul yet, but this will be soul point now for Evil Geniuses. 5 minutes.
At this point, Plus has all the kills to his belt. It's going to be really difficult, but JoJo's very far out here.
Isaac, did you just cast or curse this man?
I'm sorry.
You turned him into a mid-lane buffet. Gonna take an extra second to get there, but they should be able to pick it right. That takes so long to kill him. Good lord, man.
That's a Cassiopeia.
Just fight him real quick. Just give him a snake bite. There we go. Shut down the Palafox. Yeah, he's not afraid of this.
He can't even
Jax.
defend the tower at this point.
Whatsoever.
That's how bad it is. Like, the tower's too low HP, but even this tier 3 at full HP, with the wave, as long as JoJo sees all 4 members.
Steady. Dokla's off on the flank. Poom staying right next to Luger, so he can't be jumped on. Someday wants a flank. Looking for the angle here. Knocks the Arctic armor off of Contracts. So Sejuani's going to have to be a bit more careful about things now. EG have forced them out of the river. They've got total control over the area. Now they're going to start up the Drake. Now here comes the engage. Contracts goes to the Arctic prison, but he ain't going to find it. You got Someday here in the very front. He's taken low, but he ain't taken down. JoJo also eating a lot of damage, and CLG have forced them back.
Inspired still here, though.
Not done yet.
Inspired may yet be able to smite steal
Here's
this
where
away.
the TPs are coming in. They don't have double TP. They have to burst the dragon down and get out.
Not gonna find it. There it is. Objective bounty claims. CLG backs against the wall. They saved the Dragon Soul, but JoJo's not done. EG's still looking to find a little bit more. JoJo goes in. They grab the kill on Dokla. They follow it up with Poom. JoJo survives thanks to stasis, and now he flashes away to safety. Palafox falls as he kills JoJo with a poison. It's 3 for 1 for EG.
Playing as if they know, yeah.
He's got no vision.
He just has to
Total burger
flip a coin. Total burger flip. We love to see it. Blow up comes on. Here he is.
Over the wall. It's Varus. Neither jungler gets this.
I actually really like what they did. In the rotation, no flash fires, no flash Heimerdinger, no flash Rise, no flash Elise, right? Just had a huge team fight. Everyone burned their flashes. Sejuani still had her flash available, so I actually would have liked an even harder force. I would have wanted to flash ult forward, guarantee the stun. Just throw everything you've got on a front-to-back team fight and just send it, because at this point, yeah, defending towers against all this poke and CC, it's going to be really hard.
It is a problem for CLG as the mid lane tier 2 line across the board. 10 flashes ready to go. EG with control over the Drake right now. Contracts fires off the ulti, but it does not make direct contact. Someday wants to frontline here a little bit. The Drake is low. The objective bounty is claimed by Contracts, and CLG does it again. The soul denied a second time. Dokla jumping back over the wall, but he'll be bit by Inspire. Just wants to hard force this. They've already got the Baron down below half HP. Contracts goes in, finds the Glacial Prisoner on the FBI, but there's no follow-up here yet. Not onto a valuable target. JoJo's gonna be focused. He's taking a lot of damage, but the shield's gonna proc and keep him alive. Someday now, soaking most of it. CLG, do you believe? EG's on the run. CLG turning their attention right back over to Baron. The scaling is happening right in front of our eyes, boy.
I hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy.
Wait.
Nice try.
Flashbacks to Gumayushi there for a second.
The top side of EG wants to run into them.
Yeah.
They're not great at kiting as much. So Sunday's buying a lot of time staring out at
But
Sejuani.
if CLG at this point, I fully agree. When your carries are on 4 items, if you're able to just group 5 and take a straight up front to back team fight, there's no way EG are winning that. So
Even 3. So EG's not going to proactively play around that. That said, Luger has no flash. The only way to win is to get on top of their carries. Ideally, you kill both. We'll see how they play this fight out.
Well, CLG's just gonna start to burn the Drake. They throw out Sejuani's ulti to go after Inspired. They force him away, and the Drake is secured by CLG. They will tie that.
advantage is back over and over and over.
And this has been both games now this weekend for EG. Early leads into mid-game mistakes. JoJo getting caught now all alone in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's even gonna write the obituary. Contract.
The neutral objective and pray to God that JoJo isn't going to start split pushing and break us up. Because once the 5v5 started happening, it's all been CLG. It wasn't as clean. It wasn't like, yeah, oh, this game's great all of a sudden. Baron gets started up. Looks to be a contest here. We will see if they can burst it in time. That's
They
gone.
can. Vulcan's ult.
Straight to what CLG have.
25 seconds.
Here they go.
Looking for some exchanges here. Contracts are really hard here. Looking for JoJo.
Contracts
JoJo's
engages. JoJo's gonna be your target. He's low. He pops the Zonias, trying to buy a little bit more time. Contracts lines up the Arctic Assault. And
Inspired on
JoJo comes down. Palafox, he's using his own stasis, but Inspired won't be able to get the damage. CLG killed everybody. It's a triple over to Big Dokes, and it's the game over to Counter Logic Gaming.
What a start to the season for CLG. They're going to be 2-0, sitting at the top of the table here, taking down EG in what was nearly a 10,000 gold deficit. Soul Point 4 times in a row. CLG hang on and they take down EG.